Hey everybody, I'm Amy Pottinger, and today we are going to be making chocolate truffle creme brulee. Yes, it is as good as it sounds. We like to eat really fresh in my house, but part of taking care of yourself is letting yourself indulge every once in a while. So that is what we are going to do today. Some people think that creme brulee is intimidating, but the truth is it's actually super simple. So we're gonna get this done and it's gonna be awesome. The first thing that you're going to want to do is get some heavy whipping cream started on your stovetop. And I'm just going to pour 1.5 cups in here, and we're going to get it heated. Okay, I'm going to move this over to the stove, and we're going to move on to the next step. Next thing we're going to want to do is separate our egg yolks. Creme brulee really only uses the egg yolks, and that's what makes custard so rich. So an easy way to do that, if you don't have special tools, is to just take the egg and transfer it back and forth from the shell like this until all you have is the yolk. And then after we get all 4 of our egg yolks out, we're going to get some chocolate and some sugar in there, because who doesn't like chocolate and sugar? You know, in moderation. It's really important that you do a good job separating the yolks from the whites in order to get that just super rich and indulgent custard. Otherwise, the whites will give you kind of a fluffier texture, and you want something that's a little bit more like a ganache in texture. So, okay. So we have just our egg yolks in this bowl over here, and we're gonna wanna add about 1/4 cup of white sugar. And we're going to want to add just a little bit of vanilla. If you can find vanilla bean paste, that's preferable, but vanilla extract works just fine. And then we have our cocoa powder. And don't worry, we're actually gonna add even more chocolate to this. So you're gonna be full up on the whole chocolate front, I promise. And then we're basically just going to mix this together until it forms just one homogeneous mixture. It's gonna look pretty thick, but once we get it into the heavy whipping cream, you're gonna be pretty happy that this is thick and chocolatey. Okay, so we have that all mixed together. The next thing we're gonna wanna do is chop up our baking chocolate. My husband is a big dark chocolate person, and dark chocolate's actually healthier for you than milk chocolate, so we're making healthy dessert, right? You're gonna wanna get this chopped up pretty fine, because the smaller it is, the quicker it's gonna melt into our heavy whipping cream mixture, and that's pretty important. Okay, our chocolate's chopped, our eggs are whisked in with the sugar. Now we're gonna get our hot, heavy whipping cream and put it all together. You'll notice the heavy whipping cream is kind of simmering, and that's the perfect temperature. Now, since there are egg yolks in here, it's incredibly important to go slow and whisk it aggressively. Otherwise, the egg yolks could cook, and we don't want them to, be little cooked egg yolks in here. We want everything mixed together so it makes a beautiful custard. So I'm just pouring it in very slowly. I am whisking the whole time. And since that's well incorporated, I'm going to take my spatula and get all of that goodness in there. We don't want to miss any of this. And keep on whisking. Okay, last thing we want to do is get our dark chocolate in here. And this is what's really going to make it super rich. You need your heavy whipping cream to still be hot. If you have to return it to the stovetop for a few minutes, then you can totally do so. But the most important thing is making sure that you get those eggs whisked in properly before you worry about anything else. So let's see here. You can see it's getting nice and dark. All that beautiful chocolate is melting. And it's all well incorporated. Okay, so we have everything mixed together. It's just this beautiful, luxurious, dark chocolate mixture. And creme brulee at its base is a pudding. So we cook it in a water bath. What that means is you're gonna wanna get any baking dish that is deep enough to put your ramekin in, get some water in it. So now that the ramekin's in the water bath, we get to add our custard mixture. Just get that poured in. You're gonna put this in the oven for about 45 minutes, and you want it to be kind of jiggly in the middle, but mostly firm. So over here, I have one that has already come out. It's chilled. You chill it for a few hours, and now the other fun part comes. We get to light stuff on fire, but like safe, responsible fire, right? I have a creme brulee torch. If you do not have a torch, you can put them in your oven on the top shelf on the broil setting. You gotta watch it though, because sugar can burn, but if you can keep an eye on it, you don't need a creme brulee torch. So this is some chilled custard that has already been cooked in the oven in our water bath. And I'm just going to sprinkle the top with some sugar. And then you're going to want to kind of slide it around so that it's everywhere, because we want sugar everywhere, and then we get to play with fire. Okay, sugar burns really easy, so you want to be careful not to let it stay on any spot one too long. Always keep the creme brulee torch moving. And you'll notice it'll kind of start to caramelize and it'll bead up and you'll just get this really pretty brown color on top. You won't be able to see it as much on the chocolate creme brulee as you would on like a vanilla creme brulee, but I promise it's there. What you're looking for is that soft custard in the middle and the crack of the spoon hitting the creme brulee on the top. Almost there. Okay. I promise I've done this before, guys. And here we are. This is a finished product, guys. And we're gonna let this cool for a second, because once the sugar hardens, what you're really looking for in a creme brulee is to be able to tap it with a spoon and have the top crack and the inside's gonna be chocolatey and creamy. So we're gonna let this sit for just a minute while the sugar hardens. Okay, now our sugar's hardened. This is the fun part next to the fire. Can you hear that? Cracks. And you have that beautiful custard. You can see that lovely layer of caramelized sugar on top. Thanks for making this chocolate truffle creme brulee with me. It's just the perfect chocolate dessert to share with a loved one, and I hope you enjoy.